Hello everybody, it's Cobalt here, and welcome back to another video where I'm going to be continuing to show you all of my LPS customs. I believe this is part 4, and I keep waiting too long in between parts because now I have like 20 more customs to show you. So this video is probably going to be a bit long like the other 3, but without further ado, let's get right on into it. Starting off with this first custom, I can't remember if I've showed you guys this one already, but if I haven't, you guys get to see him again. So his name is Ferret, and he's just a really fancy ferret guy. And he's actually like a character that I made up with LPS Sweet TV. She told me to draw a fancy ferret, and she's like, his name is Ferret. I'm like, oh, okay. So then I made a custom of him, and he's really cute. And he's like pretty simple, and I just sculpted the top hat and the bow tie. Next up is one of the aliens from Mars Attacks. Again, I can't remember if I've already showed you this one, but I love this movie. It's really funny, and I love the way the aliens look, so I'm like, okay, I really need to make a custom. So here's the custom. He's got a big old brain up there, and that part was really fun to sculpt and paint, but it makes him a little top heavy. And then he's also got like the weird spacesuit. I couldn't make the dome because they have like a glass dome over their heads. I couldn't figure out how to make that, but yeah. Next up are these two that I'm showing together. I promised you guys I would be making more Beastars customs because I believe at the end of the last video I showed you Lego She. Now I also have Louie and Haru. These are all the Beastars customs I have so far, but since season 2 is coming out in like January of 2021, I'm definitely gonna start making some more. Yeah, I already showed you Lego She. Here is Louie. So his horns I'll put a picture, but I actually like cut off these weird horns that an LPS fairy had, and then I added more to it so they look like deer horns, and then I sculpted the clothes. Also, I assume he's wearing shoes like in this custom that I made, but I just added that on the bottom for the little reference. So if you've seen this show, you understand. If not, then I guess it's a spoiler. And then here's Haru. She was actually a head swap between two different rabbits because I wanted this head and this body, and as far as I know, there's no LPS that looks like this. And then I sculpted her dress, which looks kinda weird, and her eyes also look weird because Haru just has weird eyes, and I wasn't really sure how to translate them into an LPS and still make them look cute, but yeah, that is her. Next up is Dustin from Stranger Things. This is actually the remake. So here's a little side-by-side comparison of the original one from like 2017 and then this new one from 2020. So that's a 3-year difference. You can see my improvement. I actually took the hat off of the original one and kept it because I still liked the hat. This one will be for sale, by the way. I just need to remake his hat because you can't have Dustin without his hat. And I didn't really know what clothes I wanted to do, so I gave him his clothes from Season 3. I know in Season 3 he's wearing a Camp Nowhere hat also, but I just wanted to keep his original hat, so, yeah, and then here's his hair. I really like the hair from the front. I think it looks cool, but it looks a little weird from the back. And I also had to resculpt his tail because this LPS didn't have a tail. Next up is the first Pokemon custom I've ever made. I actually started playing Pokemon Go for the first time over quarantine because I'm late to literally everything. I mean, that game's been out for like 4 years, and I just now started playing it. But I've always been a fan of Pokemon. I know in 2nd grade, like, Pokemon cards were a huge fad. And Slowpoke was always my second favorite Pokemon, and Mew was my favorite. But honestly, since having Pokemon Go and having Slowpoke as my buddy, he's become my favorite, and I just love him so much because he looks so dumb. But yeah, so I guess Mew's my second favorite now, and Slowpoke is my most favorite. But I really like this custom. I think it turned out super cute, and I love the way his tail looks. Next up is an original custom design. So this one is sort of weird inspiration. By the way, she will be for sale soon. I don't have any customs actually up for sale right now because I need to update my eBay with a lot of customs, but I'll make a video, of course, when I'm doing that. But basically, this custom was inspired by Venus Flytrap, so that's kind of where I got the coloring idea and like the design on her ears and her eyes and stuff. But then when I was making her, I was like, okay, I kind of thought an idea to like inspire her also by the 7 Deadly Sin of Lust, because 7 Deadly Sins are cool. So basically how I incorporated that was like one of her eyes is like all fancy and she's like pretty and stuff, and then her other eye is like evil, and so she like lures you in like a Venus flytrap and then like eats you or something, I don't know. Okay, next up are my Pride Pandas, and the only one that I've sold is the trans girl, so I still have the trans boy, lesbian, bisexual, gay, and non-binary. So if you guys want to buy any of these, they will be back up. I don't know what this white spot is right here. Next up is my fox deer. So it's basically a deer and the design is inspired by the fox. This custom was also made for the Littlest Customs collaboration on Instagram. I'll put a picture of the mood board over there. I don't remember who gave it to me, but I'll also put their name. So yeah, basically I decided to make a deer inspired by a fox. So the design is kind of like a deer design, but also a fox design, which is basically the exact same thing I said for the past, like, 30 seconds. But I really like her eyes. I think they look super cool, and she has a flower crown made of just, like, paper flowers that I had, but that I painted some extra details, like these lines right there, and she will also be for sale. I know a lot of people have been really interested in this one, but I just haven't listed it yet. Next up is another custom that I made for the collab. I will, again, put it over here. I still don't remember who gave me the mood board, but I'm out of focus and I don't know why. Okay, so here is the bird. First up, I really like the eye. I think it looks super cool, and I got to use one of those like pirate parrots, which is a great base figure in my opinion. So yeah, it's pretty fancy, and then I decided to glue these book pages onto the tail, and I'm probably not gonna sell this one because I do like it and I feel like the pages might get ripped if I try to ship it. These are pages from Hamlet, I think, because I just had it laying around and I'm like, I don't care about Shakespeare, let's cut it up. And then I added some, like, Copic marker, for the orange stuff at the top, and I think it looks really cool. There's also, like, this weird Illuminati looking eye design on the eye patch. Next up is Taco, you know, like from TV, hahaha. I guarantee that none of you guys got that reference because you all suck. So this is Taco from The Adventure Zone, which, by the way, there are 3 graphic novels out, and the 4th one is coming out in June or July 13th, I don't remember which month, but it's one of the summer months with a J, and the 13th of said month. But this is Taco from The Adventure Zone. It's actually a podcast, a Dungeons & Dragons podcast put on by the McElroy brothers. They also play it with their dad. So there's like 3 arcs. There's Balance, Amnesty, and Graduation. There's also like some mini arcs. But this is Taco from Taz Balance, which is the first one, and it is literally the greatest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. Like, I don't care if you like Dungeons & Dragons or not, you should literally go check it out because it is so good. So this is Taco inspired by the graphic novel version, and I'm actually not very happy with him. Like, I like it, but I just don't think it looks like Taco. So I'm definitely gonna remake him for myself, but with my own design, because after making this custom, I sort of like came up with my own designs for all the characters, because none of the characters really have a set design, because it's a podcast. Taco is an elf, and he is a wizard chef, and he is the best character, so I am thinking about selling this one. Please let me know down in the comments if you guys like Taz, because it's so great and I really want to talk about it. So yeah, next up is another custom that I made for the collab. I call him the Jester. He's basically like this demon character that I made up, and I actually really like him. This is my first time ever customizing a hippo. He has like the skull and these ribs and stuff. Yeah, he looks pretty cool. Also, his eyes glow in the dark, so you won't be able to see it on camera, but I can show you with like my black light pen. Looks pretty cool, so yeah. Next up is another Taz character, and if you guys are currently listening to the Adventure Zone Balance, you might want to skip this part because this is spoilers for the Stolen Century arc. So this is John. And he's not my favorite character, but he's one of my favorite characters, and actually the character that I most relate to in the show, but he's also like the overarching villain. I'm like, oh, okay. But he's really great, and I like him a lot, and I had to make a custom of him. So basically, he has like this normal looking side, and then this other side is where he's like being consumed by the hunger and stuff, and that's why his eye looks all weird, and why it has like these ribbons of color. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about him, but I really like his hair. I think it looks cool, and he's wearing a fancy suit. And next up is yet another character from the Adventure Zone. This is Magnus Burnsides. He's one of the main characters. I forgot to mention Taco is played by Justin McElroy, and then Magnus is played by Travis. And so, yeah, he's really great. This is like my own design for the character, I guess. Yeah, also, this comes off. So he's got like a bandana, which is like, when everybody draws him, mostly they draw him with a bandana, and then when they draw his like wife who's dead, she was like wearing the bandana in her hair, so I just think that like, that's a cute detail, but that's what he looks like under the bandana, and he has like his Bureau Balance Gauntlet, and all this stuff, and I really like him. I like how his whole color palette is super like red and orange, because I have like a color associated with all of them. Like Magnus is like red and orange, Taco's blue and purple, Merle's like green. I'm currently working on my own custom of Merle, and then after that I'm gonna remake Taco with my own design. So yeah. Oh, also Magnus has his axe, rail splitter. It's just like this weird wooden axe that I had, and then I repainted it to look like his. So yeah, and then he has like just a lot of scars and stuff. Next up is an Animal Crossing custom that I made for my brother's birthday. Apparently Henry is his favorite villager, and I also bought him like the amiibo card and stuff, but then I made him the custom of the character. I don't really know anything about him. Like, we have this guy on our island now, but I never play Animal Crossing, so yeah, this is just the custom I made of him, and he was made from this super whack G4 like kangaroo or something, and I basically cut his face off and then sculpted Henry's face on it. So yeah, it also had a tail, I think, that I cut off, but this is what he looks like now. Next up are these two customs which go together, and you might recognize them. They are the characters from My Pride, which is an animated series on YouTube, which is made by the Tribble of Doom YouTube channel. Pretty sure that is what it's called. But this is Hover, who's the best character, obviously, and then this is Nothing, who is the main character. And they're both lions, and they're super gay for each other, and it's just a great show that you should totally go watch. And yeah, by the way, if you guys like watch the show and you're like, Cobalt, make more characters, I'm planning on making a character of Feather, probably, because he's also great. So yeah. Next up is this custom of my cat Coco. This is the original one, and then this is the new one, so it's an improvement, but I don't really know which one I like better, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with the old one. But here's the new one. I still don't really think that it looks like her. Like, the markings look like her and stuff, but like I didn't capture her essence at all. Oh, this time I actually like painted her paws correctly. But yeah, so I'm still gonna remake this one again. I don't know. Okay, next up is another custom for the collab, and the mood board was given to me by Mr. Customs, aka Clyde, I'm pretty sure. And so I made like a D&D inspired character, because I play Dungeons and Dragons, if you didn't already know. And he's supposed to be like half human, half dragonborn or something. That was kind of what I was going for, I guess. And then he's got fancy gold armor, and I'm probably gonna sell this custom, but it also like did give me a good idea for like a one-shot character, so that's pretty cool. Next up is this super cute little cat. It is another custom that I made for the Littlest Customs collab on Instagram. So here's the mood board, which was actually given to me by PS Customs. This one I made pretty recently, so I actually remember. And yeah, this is the most recent one I've done for the collab, because I took a break in October, and then I guess we're not doing November. So it has like this little scarf, and it's very cute, and this one will be for sale. And I'm also really proud of the eyes. I think they turned out really great. Next up is this custom, which isn't really a custom fully. I started making it right after I did the last one I showed you. But the only thing that I customized about this one was the eyes and the nose. I'll put a picture of the before, so it was just a regular LPS. And it's the one with the really ugly eyes, which, like, they just look super weird, and the white part is pink, so it looks like it's on drugs. But I decided to re-customize the eyes, and I made them green, just so that I could actually use it in a video or something. Next up is this custom, which is like my Halloween mascot, I guess. Basically, me and my friends on Discord were making Halloween sonas, and I was like, okay, I'm definitely a zombie, because I'm just, like, obsessed with zombies, apparently. If I wasn't a zombie, I'd be a werewolf, but I chose zombie, and then I drew a picture of him with, like, neon colors, and I was like, dude, what if he was neon? And they're like, no, what if he was regular, and then you could crack him like a glow stick, and then he turned neon? I'm like, that's perfect. So, I made a little ref of him, which I'll show you guys. But yeah, basically, this is the neon version, and he glows in the dark, and, actually, he does sort of light up when you shine black light on him. Well, okay, you can't really tell. I have a good picture of it in the dark, so I'll show you. It doesn't glow in the dark, but it glows under black light. So yeah, it's basically me. Like, I just made it exactly the way I draw myself, but then zombified it, and yeah. Next up is a really special custom, and I actually made this for my friend's birthday. He is called Caramel Boop over on Instagram, so you should go check him out. We never met in real life, but when we do, I'm going to finally be able to give him this custom, but it's his custom. It's a custom of his character named Edward, who also happens to be Cobalt's boyfriend, so they're super cute and gay together. They also literally look exactly the same. Like, when I was painting them, I'm like, dude, this looks like Cobalt, except he's white. I mean, like, it doesn't look like Cobalt now, but the sculpting, they have the same eyebrows, basically the same hair, and then the tails are just different. The tail, just like Cobalt, is cut off a, like, sitting down, laying down Persian cat, and then I just repositioned it to make it fit him better, and yeah, I'll put a ref of what the character actually looks like, and then this is just my interpretation of him as a custom. And last, but certainly not least, I'm covering up this custom because Mandalorian Season 2 just started, and this is a spoiler for Episode 1 of Season 2, so if you haven't watched it yet, maybe skip, like, end the video now because spoiler. Okay, 3, 2, 1, bam! He's out of focus. Okay, so, I loved this guy in the first episode. Like, he was so great. I'm like, okay, I need to make a custom of him. So this is Cobb Vanth, aka the Marshal, of that town in Tatooine, which I totally forgot what it was called. But, basically, the Mandalorian went there to, like, look for other Mandalorians, and he's like, yo, are you a Mandalorian? He's like, haha, psych, and he took the helmet off, and he's like, actually, I'm not. But also, he was wearing Boba Fett's armor, and we're like, oh, okay. So, yeah, obviously he doesn't have the helmet because he, like, really wears that, but this, armor on the front is Boba Fett's armor, but it's all jacked up, obviously, because, you know, and yeah, so I sculpted all this stuff. I finished this custom in 3 days, because I know people always ask me, like, how long do customs take you? I was super motivated to finish this one, so it took me 3 days. And, I'm super proud of his hair. Like, painting-wise and sculpting-wise, this is the best hair that I've ever done. It just looks so good. Like, let me just compare it to, Dustin's hair, because, like, his hair from the back looks super whack compared to this. So, like, it just looks so good, and it's super detailed. Like, I painted a lot on it, especially in the front, and it looks so cool. And, yeah, so this is, like, literally my latest custom, because I finished it yesterday, and I'm super, super, super proud and happy with how he turned out. Alright, guys, so those are all the customs that I have to show you in this video. Hopefully it wasn't as long as the other ones. I know I keep waiting, and then I have just a whole pile of customs to show you guys. My next video will probably be me showing you customs up for sale, because I really, really need to update my store, but because of my hiatus, I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna deal with eBay right now. But soon, guys, very soon, I will have more customs for sale. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!